Welcome to Dream Chasers Radio with me, your host, Yaya Diamond. What's up, peoples? How you doing? So you can get us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spreaker, Spotify, TuneIn, Deezer, Vimeo, Roku, YouTube at Dream Chasers Radio, iHeartRadio at 100.9 FM, WCCF, as well as 1580 AM. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. We have a great show for you. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so today we're talking about connections and loneliness. So we got to make those connections so we won't be lonely. I mean, but how do we do that? And my next guest is here, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about connections and being lonely and all that stuff. All right. So with my next guest, please tell everybody who you are and what you do, please. And you also have a podcast, right?
Yes, I do. Hi, my name's Lee Hopkins, and my pronouns are he, him, his. Yes, I have the Patterns of Possibility podcast where I talk all about how to make genuine connections and defeat loneliness.
Sweet. You know, it's hard to say that we can defeat loneliness, but can we modify it so that we aren't lonely?
Yeah, I think loneliness is definitely a state of mind, and I guess defeating any emotion is like something that we really can't do. It's more of like sitting with it, acknowledging it, understanding what it is and why we're so lonely. And all of this comes from the loneliness that I've had in my life. You know, I've just been like around family, but not really feeling connected or known or anything like that. So that really stuck with me throughout my years. And I know I'm not the only person that has that problem.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
I had a celebrity on a few shows ago, and he said that because of his stature, because of where he is in his career, there is no one to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And so loneliness is not just for someone that's, coming up in the world and just working a regular job, but it's also, I think it's more predominant in the places where you don't relate with people.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. That's exactly what loneliness is. It's that you can't be yourself, your authentic self, and be accepted by the people around you. So you feel like you're always hiding, whether it's some secret or whether it's some experience that you have and no one can understand. So yeah, that's where it just happens and no one seems to be interested in it either, which makes it a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Because it's hard to talk with people. You think that, in my mind, at least, I'm not going to label people, but I'm going to say for me, it's like, okay, if I talk to this person, will they label me? Will they look at me differently? Will they make fun of me? Will I be chastised? Will I be ostracized? I mean, there's so many different things that go through the mind when you're thinking of confessing or being that person in communication. What have you found that works the best when we want to connect, when we want to branch out and say, hey, this is me?
Yeah, so that's a great question because that's what I focus on. And I'm a personal coach, transformational coach, and my mantra is about confidence, direction, and resilience. So we need just that to get a genuine connection. We need that confidence to be able to get through those things that you just mentioned. Like it is scary to go out there and tell somebody exactly who you are and how you feel because they might leave or they might tell you that you're a bad person or they might hurt you in some way. It's scary. No one wants to open up to that. So it's really easy to just be quiet about it. So bringing up that confidence in who you are and the direction is about, where you want to go and the more confidence of where you're going and what you want to do in life. And then finally, the resilience is like the most important part of it because that's going to give you what it takes to take all those comments, take all that information and just realize that it's not about you. Right. And this person who is telling you that you're a bad person or that they don't like you anymore because you revealed yourself to them or they can't understand you, well, they're not for you. So you've just saved yourself some time. And you just saved yourself some time and energy working on that.
I've always wanted to ask someone, especially in this field, does pessimistic and optimistic have anything to do with connections and actually being open and not being lonely?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that it can either be helpful or not helpful in either case. So if you're pessimistic about your relationship with a person, and well, that's how you connect with them, then well, if you're looking for a genuine connection and you really think they're not going to give you one, then you're not going to get one because
Right.
you're not even looking for it. When
Mm-hmm.
you're optimistic too, on the other side, the flip side, if you're optimistic about something that is not really serving you, you're not in a good situation, but you're still thinking, yeah, this will work, I can do it, then that might affect your relationship in that way too. So you might be stuck. I think
Mm-hmm.
the key is to see exactly what is realistic. So what is really happening in a situation? What kind of conversations are you having, and how do you feel about those conversations? Are they good? Do you feel like they heard you, like they understood what you were talking about? If not, then be realistic about it. Don't be optimistic if they're telling you that you're not good, and put yourself down, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I have just one more question because I think this is the question that goes through my mind.
Mm,
For beginners, how do you start? How do you get out there? I mean, because it's that I think that's the hardest part. It's just opening up. I mean,
mhm.
once you got the juices flowing, it just kind of flows. But I mean, how do you get the juices flowing? How do you start?
How do you start? Yeah, it's like you got to start your own motor.
Yeah.
You got to get yourself revved up and be able to get out there. But my philosophy is that you don't have to go looking. It's the truth is that you don't have to go looking, because people love authenticity. Now it takes some work to get to that point, but people love authenticity. And when you get to that point, they'll come to you. Now you
Mhm.
asked me about beginners. How can you
Right.
start? The
Mhm.
first thing you need to do is start with building your confidence.
Mhm.
And what I did was realize that I was good at something. And I was good at something, and it really helped me. So if I could tell a quick story,
Mhm.
um, I was um, I was drinking a whole lot, and I was just super depressed. My entire life, I was just feeling like, oh, after this really bad breakup, it just got even worse.
Mhm.
And I was working at this job, and I was thinking, oh man, this job, oh, I just didn't really know that much about myself either. One of the hardest questions to answer was, what do you like to do for fun? I had no
Mhm.
idea, couldn't tell you. But I go to work, and I get a promotion, and I actually, yeah, I got a promotion because I've been with the company for a while, and I had the opportunity to work with
Mhm.
Excel and spreadsheets and stuff like that. And it turned out that I loved that stuff. I loved it so much that I would start taking work home with me.
Mhm.
And instead of drinking at home, I'd be like, do I want to drink, or do I want to work on this problem? Because I really
Mhm.
enjoy this problem. So I saw the drinking just kind of go away,
Mhm.
and I started working on the problem some more. And I learned a whole lot of it. And I ended up getting another promotion, which landed me in a different position, completely different
Nice.
world. Yeah. And it was just because I had that confidence to
Mm.
do something, to see that I'm good for something. And
Right.
I felt that way. Yeah. And it just kind of permeates throughout your life once you start doing that.
Nice, nice. Well, congratulations on all the promotions that you have and for starting it, for the confidence to do such things, I mean, so just getting that confidence, gaining something, probably jumping into something that you love, and then finding people that maybe have the same interests.
Yeah, because once you're doing, the thing is that you don't have to go looking, because once you're doing the thing that you like, once
Mm,
you're doing your thing that you're good at, there are going to be people around you that are doing the same thing.
mm,
Easy connection.
right.
This, hmm
Definitely, definitely. So where can people listen to your podcast? Where can they find you?
They can find me at patternsof possibility.com, and they can listen to my podcast anywhere you can find podcasts, maybe not in all the places that you've mentioned, which is pretty awesome. Yes,
Thank you. Well,
yes,
thank you so much for being on the show, and thank you for kind of helping us out and not to be so lonely, because it
yeah,
is a lonely world, and the higher you get up, the lonelier it gets. So,
yes,
it's a little bit difficult sometimes, but I am sure, like my guest said, if you find someone that you kind of like, have the same commonalities with, you can,
hmm you can
be
make a connection.
friends, make
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
connection. Definitely. We're going to have patternsofpossibility.com in our description box below. So all you have to do is click on that. It'll take you straight there if it's highlighted. If it's not highlighted, go ahead and copy and paste that into your browser. Click enter. It'll take you straight there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And thank you for being on the show. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And I think I'm going to be good now.
Yeah.
Be lonely anymore.
Thank you. This just lit up my day. I'm telling you.
Awesome.
You're
Awesome.
wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you again. And don't forget to what? Dare to be different, baby. Until next time, guys. Bye. I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different. I dare to be different.